Gazza's cooking lessons. Lesson 1. Pasta bake. 45 minutes. Here we go. Right, hopefully you can see that. Get a glass of water ready. Chopping board. Knife. Green or red pepper. In fact, I'll show you the options in the fridge. There you go. Green or red pepper. And what else have we got in here? Woo-hoo-hoo! Apples and some other stuff. Pasta bake sauce, Asda. Scales. Broccoli. Time to weigh the pasta. 120 grams, 60 grams per portion. More pasta required. The rest of the pasta goes in the pasta, whatever that thing's called, in the pasta container back into the cupboard. Water into the saucepan. Spoon. Salt. Into water. More than that. Not that much. I'll just show you the rest of my kitchen. Taps. I think that's everything. Bin and door. And then back to microwave where this is. 100 grams of broccoli. 50 gram per portion. That's it. That can't be it. Yep, that's it. That's it. Rest of the broccoli goes back in its little packet in the fridge. Chop it up. Take these little pointless bits of leaf off. Into the recycling tub. What you can't see. In fact, while I'm chopping it up, turn the heat on. Stopwatch. Time the water. Should be 6 minutes. Broccoli, chop it up small. All the little fragments of broccoli go into the, whatever that's called, dish, bowl, whatever. Chop it up small. The next one. Chop up the final piece of broccoli. Right, put your chopped broccoli on a plate, and all your fragments into the bowl. Red pepper, but before we chop that up, tuna, sieve. Get a fork. If you've got an old plate hanging about, put your tuna on a plate. Tin opener. Open it. When it's almost open, I don't know why I said it in a weird voice, when it's almost open, put the fork in there, otherwise it'll fall on it and fall in the bloody thing, won't it? And when it's in there, pull it out. Tip the tuna into the sieve. Scrape every last fragment of tuna out. Time to chop the pepper up. That pointless middle bit goes in the composter. And these little white bits get chopped off into a composter. Chop it up small. Right, and when it's chopped up, leave it in a pile and leave that knife there. Next up, tip the tuna into the whatever this thing's called, using a teaspoon to scrape it out, every last scrap of it. Water's boiling, pasta goes in, 10 minutes using a stopwatch. Start. 10 minutes. Mash the tuna up with the fork and the teaspoon. Like that. Turn the pasta down onto minimum. Right, next up, sauce. Half the jar, quarter of a jar per portion, minus 250 grams of 757, 507 basically. Chip it out. Keep tipping it until there's only 500. Oh, I'm laughing. Until there's only 507 grams left. 545. Mix the sauce in with the tuna. Tip. $5.19. Not good enough. Using the fork, scrape the sauce off the edge, otherwise it dries on. You won't get it off next time. $5.07, job done. That goes in the fridge for next week when you use it for another 2 portions. Scrape the pepper on it, on top, like that. Chopping board's finished with, put that ready to wash up. Knife you're going to use when you serve it up later. Spread the pepper. I don't know, I forgot what it was called. Spread the pepper about, yeah. So, like that. Now it's 2 minutes 55. Nothing's going to happen for a while. That goes in at 7:30, so it gets 2.5 minutes with the pasta. Put the bowl back. Get the cheese grater out and this stuff. Pepper and garlic steak seasoning for later on top. Ages ago I said pour out a glass of water, but I didn't drink any, did I? Anyway, that's what it's for. Right, when it's coming up to 7:30 on this, you get ready. Get it, scoop it up, 7:20, 22, 23, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. In it goes. 2 minutes 30 for that broccoli. Mix it up with a spoon. All the fragments of broccoli go in a bowl. Every last fragment. Right, plate on the oven. Not a lot happens now. 9:48, 9:49. Getting there. You don't want to overdo it. It's going to be in the oven for 45 minutes. And you don't want to. Right, that's it. Off. Tip it into the sieve that had the tuna in it. shake all the water off. Right, that fork, you don't need that anymore. Get all the sauce off it. Scrape the sauce onto the bits of broccoli and pasta. And that's finished with. Using the spoon, obviously mix the pasta and broccoli into the rest of it. Half of it, then mix it up. This takes about 300 years. I'll leave the stopwatch running. Usually it's in the oven by 20, so basically it takes 10 minutes to cook the pasta and another 10 minutes to fuck about with this and putting the cheese on. Right, that'll do. In with the rest of it. You can just mix that in, but what I like to do is to get every last scrap of this tuna, get a bit of tap water and whoosh out every last drop of it. Right, mix it up. This takes ages. Right, about 300 years later, that's pretty much mixed up. If I wasn't filming this, I'd probably still fuck about with it for another 500 years. But flatten it down, tap all the sauce off the spoon, and then that spoon's finished with, and turn the oven on. That's finished with, get ready to wash it up. Right, cheese. Obviously grate the cheese on top of that. 70 grams, 35 grams per portion. Cheese on the scales. 134 minus 70 is 74. No, 64. So, yeah. Okay, just grate it all off. What I should have done is get a clean fork out, which you need to scrape it about, not scrape it about, what's the word? Move it about? I don't know. You'll see in a minute. Scrape off 70 grams of it. That's 90, another 20 to go, and no, another 30 to go, I think, 64, so another 26 grams, and don't knock it all over the worktop like that. This takes about 300 years as well, and as you'll see it's 15:17 on that watch, so I've already spent 5 minutes pansing about with it. That thing on there. 70, 10 more grams to go. Well, no, 6 more grams to go. Sprinkle, that's the word I should have said. You sprinkle your cheese about, but it doesn't have to be too perfect because when it melts it goes flat anyway. That's it, 64. So if my maths is right, that's 70 grams of cheese, and it's already taken 16 minutes 20 seconds. Right, push the cheese down, otherwise it just burns on the edge of the fucking, whatever that thing's called. What a waste of cheese, burning it on. Push it down. Right, and now for the final insult, the steak seasoning. Leave that out of the way. sprinkle it across the top. That'll do. And then all the stuff you've spilled, scrape it on top. Bits of cheese, bits of broccoli, bits of that seasoning. Right. That is a real masterpiece, and it's 17:38, so that's a good time. Don't want to waste too much time on this. Get it in the oven, 45 minutes, gas mark 7, and I'll show you the results later.